like to ask that, and, I mean, there's no public input tonight, but for the councilmen, we've had a couple of requests that we make sure that our microphones are on and close. And because there is some people that do watch us online, and they cannot hear some of the voices. And I know we kind of got away from department heads speaking into the, well, not the department heads so much, but some people were just talking out of the audience. And when people watch it online, they cannot hear what's being said in the audience. So just kind of to reaffirm that we will make sure that people speak into the microphone during our public meeting, which is next Monday night. Tonight's purpose, again, there is no public input. It is our January 2nd, 2019 reorganizational meeting. Larry, if you want to start.
Sure. I'd like to make a motion to designate M&T and KeyBank as our depositories for the town of Wheatfield for 2019.
Have a motion, please?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
To designate Supervisor McSwan, Councilman Helwig, and Councilman Doucette as authorized signers for payments by check. Two signatures are required for payments in excess of $2,000.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Moved by myself and seconded to designate the Tribune and Niagara Gazette as the official newspaper of the town of Wheatfield for 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion that the regular meeting of the town board be held as per the attached schedule at 7 p.m. unless noted otherwise.
Second. I got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Councilman Helwig as Deputy Supervisor for 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to impose upon the supervisor powers and duties of the administration and supervision of the town or special improvement district functions to be performed on behalf of the board for 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion that the elected and appointed officials, with the exception of the supervisor, highway superintendent, water superintendent, assessor, recreation director, building inspector, sewer foreman, town clerk, town prosecutor, and town attorney, be paid quarterly for 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I have I'll make a motion to appoint Robert Liederstorff as the Democratic voting machine custodian for 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to appoint Arthur Gerbeck as a Republican voting machine custodian for 2019.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to appoint Patty Weiss, Mary Jane Ziomic as voting machine inspectors for 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I make a motion that town officials are compensated at a rate of 50 cents per mile for all itemized official travel using their personal vehicles during the year 2019.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion that the elected town officials be reimbursed for stationary, postage, and telephone calls and miscellaneous expenses for official purposes.
Second. Motion and a second. Excuse me. Getting tongue-tied. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Motion during that the 2019 that the town, according to the section 519 and 521 of the judiciary law, shall not make deductions from the employee's wages during the first 3 days of jury service, and that thereafter a deduction of $15 per day be made.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint the liaisons to departments as follows. You want me to read them all off, or
I don't think
As
it's
per the
necessary,
list.
Randy.
as per the attached list?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to appoint the liaisons to all the departments as listed. And all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion that the bonding of the town clerk, receiver of taxes, for the tax roll be approved and set at $250,000.
Second.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
I make a motion that the required bonding of other elected officials and employees as deemed necessary be approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
I make a motion authorizing the supervisor to invest funds as feasible with the stipulation that a financial report be submitted to each board member after each investment, and also a budget status report on a monthly basis.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to make a motion that individuals for the attached list be appointed to have the power and authority of constables as set forth in town law, with Robin Zastro appointed as head constable, Robert Conry as deputy head constable, and Roger Thompson as the training officer.
Second.
The motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Wendell Engineers as the town engineer for the year 2019 as per their annual contract.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Wendell Engineers as consultants to the planning board. The supervisor is authorized to sign a contract for this service.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to appoint Ed Mangold as budget director at a salary per the attached list.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to appoint Justin Higner as town historian at an annual salary as set per the attached list.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Mike Pollock to the planning board for a 5-year term.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Walt Garrow as chairman of the planning board, term to expire December 31st, 2019.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I make a motion to appoint Richard Muscatello as chairman of the zoning board of appeals, term to expire December 31st, 2019.
I have a motion, and I'll second it. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Art Croning to the zoning board of appeals for a 5-year term ending December 31st, 2023.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'd
Motion
like to
carried.
make a motion to appoint Mark Stevens as bingo inspector at an annual salary as set per the attached list, term to expire December 31, 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Well, I won't make the motion here, but to appoint Kurt Doctor.
I'll do it then.
I'll do it.
I'll do it, Kurt.
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
make a motion to appoint Kurt Doctor as chairman to the Town of Wheatfield Comprehensive Planning Committee for 2019.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion that the salaries of the elected town officials are fixed as established in the town's budget for 2019, as per the attached list.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Excuse me.
I'll make a motion to set the salary of the sewer water foreman and deputy as per the attached list for 2019.
Second.
All in favor, I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to set the salary of Recreation Director as per the attached list for 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Kathy Donner and Kelly Burns as court clerks for the Justice Trankowski and Justice Stan Phillips as a salary as per attached list.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Judy Blake and Lois Stolting as court officers as directed by Town Justices Stan Phillips and Strankowski at an hourly rate as per the attached list. The term shall expire December 31st, 2019.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt pay schedules for hourly employees as per the attached list.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Matt Brooks as Town Attorney for 2019 at an annual contract as per the attached list excluding special district matters.
Second.
I have a motion and a couple seconds. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to appoint Matthew Brooks and Matt Mosier as attorneys for matters properly brought before the town justice courts, which call for the services of a special prosecutor and other matters assigned to him/her by the town board, and to be compensated at the rate as per the attached list.
Second. All in favor, I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Joe Malloy and Al Nelson as electrical inspectors as per the attached list for the term to expire December 31st, 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Judy Bugenhagen, ceramic instructor, at a rate as per the attached list. Term to expire December 31st, 2019.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Make a motion to appoint Supervisor McSwan as minority business officer.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Paul Sigmund as chairman of the Drainage Committee.
Second.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Greg Lloyd as chairman of the Firearms Committee with members as Mitten, Doug Gunther, Richard Jackman, Ronald Wolf Sr., and chairman emeritus Paul Ozak.
Second.
Aye.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to authorize the supervisor to prepay utility bills, insurance payments, phone bills, and postage as required.
Second.
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to make a motion to authorize the occasional services of wild critters of Niagara County for assistance with wild animal control.
Second. Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to authorize the occasional services of David Murr as a licensed nuisance wildlife control officer for 2019.
Aye.
And I'll make the motion to adjourn at 6:50 p.m.
Second.